Welcome, my dear friend, to the Voice of Hope. You know, it is a wonderful day that the Lord has made, and we need to be glad and rejoice in it, as King David instructs us to do. Today, in our journey in the book of Genesis, we are making a stop at Genesis chapter 37, and this message is a very important message to all parents and has to do with practicing favoritism. You see, as parents, sometimes we are tempted due to certain circumstances or certain reasons best known to ourselves to love some of our children more than others. It happened to Joseph, and there were dire consequences. When you read verse 3 to verse 4 of Genesis chapter 37, the Bible says, "Now Israel loved Joseph more than any of his sons, because he was a son of his old age, and he made him a robe of many colors. But when his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all his brothers, they hated him and could not speak peacefully to him." You know, this is a rather sad situation. I mean, we know the story and what happened to Joseph and his brothers. This all began as a result of the bitterness that came into the heart of the brothers when they realized that even though they all came from the same father, their father's love for them was not like that of their little brother. You see, favoritism is not something that should be found among us as Christians. God treats us all the same. God does not practice partiality. When it comes to his blessings, he sees us as his children. Otherwise, God would have just asked Jesus to die for a very few group of people. But his son died for all people. God blesses all people. He pours rain on all people. He allows his sun to shine on all people. He provides sustenance for all people. And because of his nature as a God who loves all of his children equally, God does not want us to practice favoritism. You may be tempted as a father because maybe your elder son or maybe one of your children did something to you or did something in the past. Your love for him or her has gone down, and now you have turned all your attention to another child. And in most cases, it is the last born babies or the last born children who enjoy most of this love, just as it happened to Joseph. You see, it is not wrong to love any of your children, but your love for your children must not be partial. Don't practice favoritism. Otherwise, you are going to pamper the one who is receiving much love into a situation where he or she will not be useful to yourself when he or she grows up. And then eventually, you are going to cause the other children to feel bitter towards that child who is receiving more love and bitter towards you. So let's take a lesson from what happened to Joseph and his brothers and their father, and let us avoid practicing favoritism among our children. Love them all the same. Even the one who has been the most stubborn, they are the ones who need the most love so that they would come to accept the love of Christ. Allow them to all enjoy your love on the same level, equally. Don't show partiality towards anyone. And most importantly, avoid favoritism so that the love of God will flow between you and your children. May God bless you, and do have a blessed day. Shalom.